And then I think isn't that this
I did put a resolution on the back, so we have to modify.
Yeah.
About 1 minute.
So the 5 years ago, we were dismissed, Ryan used to put her down. You've never seen her. So now they're everywhere. It's the library. We could ask her right now.
Yeah, we could ask her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's everybody. The boss.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. All in here. May 13th. 21 Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any agendas?
I'm sorry, I didn't. They are on. Oh,
Well, we have a
this is why we have an.
covered here. How many you want? How many you have?
There you go.
Thank you, 3.
I get the pictures.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, there is.
I mean, I don't know, wait, it's gotta be right here. I got it. Oh, I'm good. Okay, I'll take a motion to approve the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda as submitted.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Seeing none, moving on. Okay, I'm gonna approve the consent agenda.
I move approval of the consent agenda with a minor deletion under public comment. Clerk has removed.
Okay, then there's a motion on approval of the consent agenda for, and what was your comment?
To delete line 5 in the public comment.
Okay, delete line 5, public comment. Do I get a second?
Second.
Okay, it's a moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Seeing none, moving on. Going to move right to public comment. Right?
I would say that
Yeah.
next, I'm not hip parade.
Okay, do we have any public comment tonight? Yes, ma'am. State your name and address.
Okay, and I can hand out to you. I'm Susan Cordia, I live at 2181 North Sandal. And I'm here to talk about tornado sirens.
It's on the agenda.
I know it's on the agenda, and I spoke with you. I don't know if I did, some people are gonna have to share.
No, we have.
Oh, you have that?
We-
Well, then, let me give you this one.
Okay.
Excellent.
Can I get the spelling of your last name?
F as in Frank, I-L-I, P as in Peter, I-A-K.
Thank you.
Oh, sure. I'm tripped over this one.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So on good days, if my windows are open and I have wind blowing from the east, I can hear the tornado sirens from Dexter. But of course, the severe weather comes from the west or from the south. I did not hear tornado sirens that April 15th, when we had tornadoes flying over us in Ann Arbor. And that packet shows you, and I can share these with you all. That Margaret Township, we have one tornado siren in the Thornton Farms, and then nothing else. But look how amazingly densely covered Dexter Township is. Dexter, Scioto Township, and of course Ann Arbor.
Are you guys looking at this?
Yes, that one. How densely covered Dexter Township, Dexter, and Scioto Township was. And that, I believe, is a result of the 2012 tornado that went through and caused great destruction in Dexter Township and Dexter and into Scioto Township. The other thing I gave you was, this is the most recent thing. This is so far in 2026. We are way ahead of the record, and it's only halfway through May. We've now had 16 tornadoes in the state of Michigan. And I find if you look at this one, you can just see we're in a tornado alley. If you connect the dots from southwest through that Three Rivers that got hit so bad, and then just most recently in Ann Arbor. I'm hoping that a later discussion today will talk about.
I appreciate you bringing that up.
I do have.
That day I think I had within 5 days, I think I had 5 calls.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, protect us and not to have it become retroactive. If we do get hit by a tornado, then the sirens go up. Let's get the sirens going. Of course, there's phones. I slept through my phone alert. I since have purchased a no weather radio just to make sure. But we need to take cover and do things. And if that's something the township can do, that would be most appreciated.
Thank you. Okay, any more public comments? Yes, ma'am.
I'm Jennifer Evans. I live at 8375 Private Trail in Burton Farms. We did, and we're thankful for our siren that went off, and that was like and now we're going down to this. It's very clear and it's helpful. I just want to address all of you together about this ongoing vagueness that is so unfortunate that was in the writing of whatever contracts were with the money that has been from Thornton Farms and is always, as far as I have ever known, been described as fruits of Thornton Farms. And even when I think it was either your dad, Dale, or one of his friends, when we were talking about this, when the renovations would be about 1.4 million, that I had asked just in conversation, like, is that coming partially from the Thornton Farm? Like, where is this kind of money that we have as a township? Where does it come from? And it was like, well, it's from the taxes, but it's not from that fund. That is for Thornton Farms. Like, it was very clear that the precedent has been that. And it's unfortunate that the writing was not. But I am hoping that when the lawyers are together and when this gets made legal, which it needs to be put in the legal writing, obviously, that it is reflecting what it has been used for, what it's been intended for, that there's no kind of looking back and thinking, oh, we can divert this to somewhere else. And the thought that, that other people in Lima Township would resent the fact that Thornton Farms has put this money forward so that we can have it and not be beholden to like all of a sudden have our, you know, water and sewage covered by the township or something, or that, you know, the whole thing would go under, which would be terrible for property taxes. That 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 it continues to be as it has been. And I'm hoping that this will just be a matter of looking at it and writing out what it clearly has been intended and used for up until this point. And in the same way that I would not resent, you know, when there's talk about like fixing a bridge that may be like between two properties that I may never use. I'm not thinking like, well, that's not going to affect me, you know, that I mean, it's for what's best for everybody. I can't imagine that there would be anybody who would think that $200,000 should be used for something of theirs as opposed to something that's benefiting all of Lyman Township. And like, how many people live in Thornton Farms? Like 500, right? I mean, it's a fair amount of the population. So I'm hoping that that will be just putting it, getting it into the right letters and getting this moved on, you know. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more public comment? We have none, move on. We're gonna move on to the treasury report, and that's,
Left it out for the month of April. All of the single balances balance with the banks at this point. We also received the Barnes West assessment, and I put that into their account. Settlement still with the county, they haven't settled yet as far as taxes for last year.
I think you have any questions?
Yeah, last month, I think I brought it up, wolf development, have you, contact Chelsea or anything? Getting like the payment from the 425?
Oh, nothing's, did I say like that meeting? Thursday next week? With what's Wolf and, Ally.
Is it actually with wolf?
It's because they got a new developer.
Yeah, I mean, this is.
This would be the city.
Well,
This is
the money for
The city would has to pay us.
Yeah,
for the 425.
And I don't know if they would owe us 2 years now,
No, just one.
from whatever the.
okay, well,
It was 20.5.
I got a meeting with Kate anyway and Ally, so I about it the other day when I talked to him, I'll write it down. But yeah, I'll get the.
I mean, it's whatever it's assessed at, we get 1 mil.
I think
right?
it's two years.
It's pretty straight.
Chelsea's not collecting taxes on the property, according to what I saw in BFNA. I think
I
they,
couldn't find it.
it's online, and
It's there.
it's basically the same parcel ID instead of G, it starts with 06.
Well, they can't just not collect.
It's
It
in
must be
their-
an oversight on
It's an
there.
oversight, yeah, it's in their database, but it's not
But is it
shown.
under, I mean,
If you go to their BSNA online and search for Wolf as the owner, it does show up. But there's no tab for taxes, you know, there's normally a taxes tab, and there's no taxes tab.
Because they would have to assess it, right? At least what we have, right?
yeah,
They have it assessed, they have it assessed value,
Well,
but
so-
they don't show any tax collector, which means
Well, there you go, Bill. You got all that?
Yeah, I got it.
somebody needs to back with them, so that doesn't.
Yes.
Okay.
We don't care if they collect theirs, we want ours.
Okay, thanks in that. The zoning administrations, Mariana left a report in there.
Yeah.
If you'd like to go through it, Greg.
Well, I don't have any questions if that's what you mean, but looks like he's been pretty busy. There's been 8 compliance permits, 1 inspection, 2 new addresses, no enforcements. And he's looking at the preliminary site plan, must be for St. Vladimir's amendment.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anyway, pretty clear his reports. I don't have any questions about it myself.
Okay, the wave, Brett.
You got that in your packet? Anybody have any questions for me? The only thing in addition to you guys all get the ridership thing, but I put it in the packet too, so you can see that.
Well, it would brought
Actually,
up at the city council member or city council meeting about, they started out wanting 280 or something, and then by the time, end of the meeting, that was 220 or 120, 180.
I mean, that's really not anything that I have it in all the ones that the requests are,
Yeah,
but Chelsea has been underpaying, if you wanted to do it based on how the metric we use. I mean, it's fairly, most of it has to do with the door to door. Same with ours. The stuff you see with ours is all the door to door. It doesn't include the fixed routes that go through the township. So there's that.
we didn't get hit. I think we're the cheapest on the list.
Well, there's some that are less, some of them more rural, but but they're, let's see, look right here on this report, Chelsea, the door-to-door ask is now currently 200,000 bill. The total ask is 285. And what that means, I don't know if they want them, because there's a Chelsea internal run too. And it's all based on miles and riders and percentage. That's what those percentages are. You see, number of hours spent and miles. You can see Chelsea uses 41% of the total door-to-door miles that Wave ran.
Do you see their new bus?
I've seen it, yeah, I've not been in it. But anyway, but the only other thing that's not in the report, and that you guys should all got an email from Marie, that she's asking, and we should maybe put it out and put it in next month's packet as a review item if we're interested. She would like us to sign on to the letter. It's the second one in that whole string of attachments on your emails, guys. There's a letter that going to the state requesting them, basically not cut transportation funds as far as it's going to the legislature. And she sent that out at all the municipalities that are part of WAVE consider endorsing that letter.
Okay, I did not. I saw an email, but I haven't read an email from her.
Well,
so
you
I
can-
got it right here.
Well, it's a pretty long letter. I mean, I breezed through it and it looks like we can sign it online. I don't know if there's anything critical about it. We can just put it in next month's packet.
Yep.
Any more questions for Brett? Seeing none, Chelsea Area Construction Authority, yeah.
Oh, the meetings are quarterly, so there was no April meeting. The next meeting was the 18th.
Okay. Cemetery Committee, Dale.
So I just come to find out that it looks like Parkers are still gonna take care of Clements Cemetery. Because I see,
Well, that's what we'll have to discuss, whether they want to accept that invoice from Burns or.
because the last thing I knew is that they wanted to give it up. So that's why we had our,
Yeah,
But they haven't yet, so it's kind of.
it's still going, it's still. I just talked to her the other day and Wyatt hasn't gotten back to me on the survey.
So we were talking about a little bit, we can still accept the cemetery, the mowing proposal, and just have them hold off till we decide if we're gonna get the cemetery on time. So,
okay. That was the only thing I just saw in here. Because I thought they wanted to watch our hand on it, so.
Yeah,
but it hasn't happened yet.
yeah. Were you contacted by Weedmeyer?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said, send me an email of the information, and I never got from them.
Okay.
So,
Because-
and he wanted to know about Porter Cemetery, and as far as I know, that there's nothing open in there for them, as far as sites open.
Well, what they want to do is put ashes on a urn on their grandparents' plot.
Yeah.
They want to put their parents' urn right on the headstone of the family plot that's in there.
But he was asking me about sites being open.
Okay, because he called me and I told him I would talk to you about it, and
Yeah.
that's why he didn't email. No, it's just they want to put an urn, their parents' urn with their grandparents' urn on their family plot. I haven't looked at the headstone to see how you would do it. Do it,
Right.
do you weld it, something?
Right.
No, we don't have any.
Say that again, Greg.
Did you ever get any packet or anything from Ed Greenleaf? Did he give you a?
Yes.
We've had quite a lot of investigation into the cemeteries in the past,
Mm-hmm.
both looking at them and if there are plots, and I don't know what ordinance at all, or what our ordinance is, or what the state ordinance, but if you have a packet from Ed, I would say you should look at that and become familiar with it. And I'm gonna look, I told you I had a book from a seminar we went to years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look and I'll see if I have anything, from that and from Ed's investigation, but hopefully, since it's not out about much, hopefully you got the info from him when the transition from him to you. So if you think you might have something, try to dig it out, because there is some good information there. You got it.
Yes, I did, and I do have it.
Well, there's probably some answers there for you, as far as open spots and what they are, because that was looked at to some extent.
That's all I have.
Okay. Any more questions for Dale? Seeing none, moving on. Chelsea District Library, Patricia.
I attended the last meeting on April 16th, and that meeting, we have external auditors, and they did their 2025 audit, and we got the results, they did a presentation, and they just showed that the library continues to use financial and accounting best practices, and there were no issues detected, so they got a completely clean audit. The current cardholder number for Lyman Township is 729 cardholders, and then I also talked to them about the new quilt, just that it existed, and that I thought it might be a nice write up for the local community history archive they have. And they asked me where it was. I said I wasn't sure, but that they should contact you all, and they might want to do like a story about it and do like a digital photo, like a really high quality digital photo of it. So there's just like a digital record. So probably the marketing people will reach out if they can proceed with that. And the last thing I wanted to share was that on June 26th from 5 to 7 p.m. They're going to be opening the Chelsea Historic Time Capsule that was buried in 1976 by the Chelsea Bicentennial. And it's buried in the library lawn, and it contains envelopes submitted by local families intended to be claimed by their descendants 50 years later. They're trying to actively locate participating families and spread the word of this ahead of this special occasion. So if you think that your family might have been one of the people, put a letter in there. Again, I can remind you again next month, but it's June 26th from 5 to 7 p.m. That's it.
Gosh, it couldn't have been that long ago, I remember.
Any questions for Patricia? Seeing none, thank you for your report. Planning Commission, then.
Yep, our last meeting, well, every meeting, the planners keep giving us more information on the data centers. And we're hoping maybe this month, which is early, which is next Monday, because of Memorial Day. We're hoping maybe we can put everything together and perhaps get a zoning ordinance of some sort. And possibly have the public hearing for it in June. We also had a public hearing for the Edwards Family Cemetery, which has 16 sites for their family. We ended up approving it with conditions. They did have a preliminary site plan, but, one of the conditions is they have to go to the zoning board of appeals because that lot isn't wide enough. And so if we're going to meet the end of this month through zoning. So once that goes through, then the we need final site plan. And that should be it.
The Township News magazine, we get this month.
Yeah.
From MTA, that has a thing about what townships should know about data centers. That might
Right,
be,
it is.
yeah, so that might be interesting to let the planning commission see that. That might copy and go to the planning.
Like it might take up at least a page and a half in the zoning board.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just as far as informational stuff, they can see what MTA is talking about.
Any questions for that? Okay, joint municipal area planning commission. And
Yes, we had a meeting April 22nd. Like I mentioned before, we're getting ready to do the master plan for that joint area. So that was the topic of the meeting, just preliminary discussion about that. And the notice of intent to plan has gone out. Then they're doing a special meeting on June 24th to get input from the public on what everybody would like to see in that joint area. There's actually a flyer that's being posted, and there's copies of it over there if anybody wants to attend. And that'll be at Sylvan Township Hall on June 24th at 6 p.m.
any questions for Ann? Seeing none, we'll move on to Western Washtenaw County Recycling Authority. Nanette.
So Eagle came out and inspected the site out there, make sure we were in compliance, and we passed. Really with flying colors. They didn't find anything wrong. Plastic prices are up compared to everything else, and there's been no move as far as Sylvan Township joining. I guess they're not going to. And they're doing the audit right now. And if you remember when anybody builds a new house in the township, we were collecting 2 assessments. One for just the regular $31 for however many years was left on it, and then the other one, which was the bond. Well, come to find out, last year we spent a lot of time trying to figure out who has and who hasn't paid. Turns out that the city actually owes about $7,000 because they weren't collecting it, they weren't remitting it to the recycling.
For the new
The city-
construction, all the
Yeah,
new
new
sites.
construction. Linden and Manchester Township, they were just a little bit short. We're wondering whether we're going to be able to collect or if we're just gonna have to do it. Just, it'll be a bad debt and that'll be it, and finish with the audit. But we haven't decided yet, and we haven't met, find out if that's what they're agreeing to.
So it's not like they postponed or they did away with the housing there on Old Manchester. They're gonna remove that thing.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
What's the reason behind all that?
Well, let's say that probably Sylvan Township is there mostly.
Okay.
And I think the city someday would like to probably put something there.
Are they gonna find another spot? Are they gonna try and find another spot for it?
But nobody wants those bins.
So the city, even though they're not gonna use that lot, still wants to get rid of it.
Right.
Is it the city or is it WWRA?
It's WWRA that's taking them out.
WWRA still.
Why? So what? Who uses them? I use them when I go to town because they always have glass and there's always room. And sometimes we don't have glass here. And because there's not always a bin that has glass. So a lot of times I just go there.
I wonder if it's gonna affect the quantity. It
Sure,
should.
because there's a lot of
It
junk.
costs us a lot. It costs more than any of the other sites as far as keeping it up.
Real.
It does get pretty nasty out there sometimes.
Yes.
I mean, there's like 8 bins or something. A lot of them.
Okay. Any more questions for Matt? Seeing none, CAFA. Ron's not here today, but we posted hiring firefighters, so we're starting to get resumes on that. Traded in a trailer that they call their gator around, traded that and got a smaller one. Other than that, that's about it with CAFA. Okay, any questions? Seeing none? Okay, thank you. Clerk's report. Ann.
Starting the preparation for the August election, August primary. Currently we have 300 registered voters, and I'm going to be trying to get my list of election workers together for August. And I had mentioned before that we have this May 21st polling place accessibility review by the BOE, and I'm not sure how that's going to turn out, so just since there are issues with that, Cheryl and I did talk to Church of the Nazarene, which is the one that's next to the township offices, to see if that was something, if we find that there's, the state has issues with this, they would be willing to allow us to use that space for elections. But we're coming up on the deadline to change, we would have to have a decision by June 5th on that. There's been, it's been busy for FOIAs, there were 3 FOIAs, the Thornton Farms one was just completed and emailed out this morning. We have a FOIA for tabulator serial numbers, and I've been talking to the county. Apparently they've FOIA'd everyone in Washtenaw County for tabulator serial numbers, and there's a question as to whether they can, whether that's private information. And then we have one for environmental files associated with Razorback. So I'm trying to see if we have any records regarding that.
Any questions for Ann? Supervisor report. The past month through the Department of Environment and EGO, I sat in on several webinars, asbestos handling, hazardous waste handling, fuel storage, data centers, contaminated soil, groundwater. All those were separate webinars that were very informative. That was Washtenaw County Soil Conservation District. They're looking for somebody. They've got grant proposals for gardens in Lima Township. They're looking for somebody out here who wants trees.
I think it's commercial, right?
Yeah, it's
not
commercial, but it all depends on where they can get it. They're just looking to expand into Lima Township.
Or natural, like
It's just
native plants.
Washtenaw County Soil Conservation.
They said,
Well, I met with them, and then he sent me an email on too. Been dealing with the state of Michigan, with MDOT, trying to figure out what to do with Sites Drive and Lewis Drive, since there's regulations that the state imposed upon the county that all service drives have to be paved. So with those kinds of regulations, there's an equip that I'm doing homework on. I'm getting other townships involved. The state should help pay for maintenance and upkeep of those roads because of the regulation. Washtenaw County Road Commission, Scott Burby, he's moving on. He's going to be, what do you call it? Just Kelsey, the DPW superintendent. As far as I can tell, it didn't say last name, but I'm gonna guess they're, moving up Brian Trinkley. And, I gotta meet with those guys this week sometime, and, touch base on what's going on in our township. National Center of Rural Roads, I met with them on several things with, there's grant availability on roads and bridges, so I put that in. Also, talking about sirens, I did my homework on there. There's grant availability. We just got to do our homework on cost, but the grants for $50,000 for Washtenaw County Emergency Response Teams. And so been working on that. Western Washtenaw County Regional Authority Group. Getting to know the mayor and the city manager real well. I think they're going to do us good. Our last meeting was really good. There's some bills that were trying to be passed through the state on smaller house sizes, smaller lot sizes. And so I brought it up that we're in a preservation area out here. We want to preserve it. And they all voted on that and went along with it. Been meeting with Kappa quite a bit. Okay, met with a group of concerned citizens contacted us a while back, probably 2 weeks ago. And came in, we had a powwow with them about building a town hall. So I left it up to them to put something together. Other than that, I've been just doing the regular supervisor stuff. So, does anybody have any questions? Seeing none, good. Unfinished business, none. New business, accounts payable.
Yeah, I pulled that out of the consent agenda specifically for two items. The Public Movement Center had sent an invoice, although I don't think we discussed the support amount for that. And they were requesting $5,000. And then the invoice from Ellen Parker for Clemens Cemetery for the annual lawn maintenance, which we have been paying for her, but then we also have the quote from the ones that are doing the rest of the cemetery. So obviously we don't want to pay bills, and the question was, do we pay this invoice from Ellen Parker and allow our family to pay it for the summer or not?
Let me see what happens with, I just talked to her about Monday, or Thursday. I think it was Thursday I talked to her.
Well, I guess we need to make a decision who's going to be maintaining it. Are we?
Oh.
I mean,
I say, let them maintain it until we take possession. I mean, wouldn't that be the thing? to
it's
do?
actually cheaper, so
No, well, it's cheaper for us to do it.
it's
No.
cheaper for what she has built is less expensive than what
Oh,
it
okay.
would be to have.
So then,
And
I'd say we just let them do it until we take possession.
which the rate we're going might be the end of the summer.
Yeah,
Likely.
nothing's gonna grow if it keeps freezing.
So I guess, yeah. Go ahead.
So in the bill, the accounts payable, you have not included the senior center bill at this point.
No, because no. So
But we do have the Clement Cemetery
that was
for the parcel.
that one was in there,
included
but the
there.
5,000 was not when I printed this list. So it would be an additional 5.
No, I think we hold that, because that, I think the invoice is correct. I think they have to do that. So I would make a motion to approve the accounts payable as submitted, including the, whatever they call it, the Clement Cemetery Committee mowing. And I guess we can stop there.
Okay, there's a motion on the table. Anybody want to second it?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and second. Is there any discussion at this time? Okay, accounts payable, and then with the billing, let's keep it there. Same.
As part of that, then I'm gonna motion to approve the senior center amount.
Well, wait, should we get a drawing of this?
Oh, we probably should do that.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, seeing none, we'll move on to the senior center.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the Chelsea Senior Center, Chelsea Senior Citizens Activity Center request for a $5,000 payment for services to Lima Township. And then them to submit an invoice requesting that for services.
Okay, there's a motion on the table to the senior
Center
center.
to pay that next month.
Well, once, yeah, if you accept this, then I can just go into it.
I'm gonna just pay it next month.
Pay the 5,000 for the senior center, so included it.
Or we're just authorizing.
That's our normal amount we pay.
It
Yeah,
was 4,500 last
Yeah, I
year.
think, and the budget hearing, I think. we
Right,
approved it
right.
to that.
so we get a second.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye. All opposed? Moving on.
The reason that I don't say is their invoice they sent us, it's saying it's contribution. And they can't, they're not supposed to say that. Services, rather than not contribution. We may do that every year. I don't do that every year.
Okay. Schedule a special meeting with the attorney for the privilege communications and consent agreement of 2020 or 2004. Okay, up with Fred. Thursday, the 14th at 10 a.m. Hopefully at
10 a.m.?
Yeah.
It says 11 in the motion, but it doesn't matter, but
Did I move it up?
I think you didn't,
Yes, I did, because yes, I did move it up. Now I remember talking to Fred.
because you have something else.
I got a CAFA
You said
meeting
call
that same
back
day.
later.
Yeah, I got a CAFA meeting the same day.
so it's 11, right? Or 10?
Yes, sir.
11 is correct.
11 is correct. So I want to make a motion to have call a closed session meeting to attend legal documents of the.
Actually, you want to read the suggested, that one, to give you everything you need, I think.
Just make that motion.
Schedule a special meeting on May 14th at 11 a.m. for the purpose of a closed session with the township attorney and to counsel the attorney's client privilege communications within the board. So there's a motion on the table. Do I get a second?
Sure.
Okay, it's a move and second. Any discussion at this time?
It's about the office and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we probably should say where it is.
Yeah, it's good. Well, the situation is it might be changed. It might be in CACA's got an audit and they're thinking they're going to be done by Thursday. So, but they said they'll.
It'll just get posted wherever.
Regardless, it'll be there. Yeah.
It's intended to be there. And
Yeah. Okay. So all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Seeing none, moving on. Okay, land one. No, is that next?
Yeah.
So we did get a new estimate from them for this season. It's like the back of that sheet. They included from the cemetery on there, which we won't be them to do.
Well, we don't know what might, I think we just accept their proposal and just don't have them do it, Dale, until we need them to do it.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
could be part of their proposal.
Right? He'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone want to make the motion?
So I'd like to make a motion to accept Cycle's lawn care estimate, 378 dated 4/19/26, with the exception of Clements.
No, not really.
Yeah, just leave that for now, just so.
Yeah, we don't want that. We're gonna accept this proposal. We just won't do it. Maybe.
Well, it's the exception of him not doing it now.
Well, we don't
He
know.
probably has to do it.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, it can be part of the proposal. We just can't fill it.
Yeah, I guess,
You're right.
yeah, either way, just,
With notifying him that he doesn't do it until,
he gets notified.
right.
Yeah.
For the 26 season.
Sounds good. I'll support that.
Okay. Motion on the table to go along with the contract with, Site Lawn Care, except, Clements, not mowing until he's told to. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Seeing none, motion carried. Okay. Resolution to pay for community appointees.
At the budget meeting, we talked about, the fact that some of the board positions are paid and some are not, and there was a request to pay those that are currently not paid. I believe that would be WWRA, WAVE, possibly the library, or at least bringing it up to the same amount.
Yeah,
And then
rag,
WWRA.
rag.
What is it?
WWRA, Western Watch, or no,
Washtenaw County Regional Authority Group. That's what,
must be Western Watch.
yeah, I think that'd be, yeah.
So there is a resolution on there that we would have to add under the section of the resolution where it talks about the boards that we would be paying. It would be Western Washtenaw Recycling Authority, and I think they would all be the same amount. We had discussed 130.
I think maybe just for clarity, it would be nice if we added under that this following authorized compensation effective specifically for boards and committees that do not compensate members.
Yeah, that's true.
Then we just, so that.
So you wanted it under here too, because I mean, we're saying that some boards. So I mean, that's fine.
Just specifically saying that
That
there's
do
no
not
confusion
compensate,
that we're compensating people that get
Or-
paid by the agency.
For following boards. For the following
Something.
that do not compensate.
Not some kind.
No,
No,
all those now.
So
yeah, so
currently there will be 4 listed at this point
right.
those-
that don't get
Yeah.
compensated.
Yep. WWR, WAVE, CDL. And for CDL, I will mention that it's in it, so it would be less because they pay a little bit. So it'd be like 70.
Less the per diem.
$71.
I just heard about $26.43.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
Maybe they take FICA out of it or something. That might not be what you actually get.
And then
Yeah.
it, so yeah. 70 is probably good.
Change.
Okay.
Change it from 43 cents to 48 cents.
The difference in make one. And then it has the condition is that meeting notices or the approved meeting minutes are submitted as proof of attendance. That came from MTA as a suggestion. Most of this the template came from MTA.
Can we do it like quarterly or something? So we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Everything should be paid upon attendance at a properly noticed meeting and submission of approved documents, and paid quarterly.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay, somebody want to make a motion on this?
I'll offer, I didn't author it, or any of it. I'll offer resolution 2026-10. Excuse me. Resolution to pay community appointees as amended.
Let's see a second. I'll second it. Any discussion? Anyone?
Roll call.
Roll call, okay. Always.
So, Van Riper.
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
McKenzie.
Aye.
Woski. Aye. Havens.
Aye.
Lewis.
Aye.
Okay, moving on, authorities, sirens.
No, got it. Signers?
Oh, you can sign. I think it's
I
silence.
saw that, I go sirens, no, it's sirens.
We are talking about silence.
Okay, authorized signers of general fund bank account. I guess in the last 30 years, we haven't had double signers, or usually it's clerk and trustee or treasurer.
Yeah. So the law says that the clerk and somebody from the clerk's office, or clerk or deputy clerk, and treasurer or deputy treasurer must sign the checks. I was over at Chelsea State Bank because I'm a signer for back and out, and this came up that I'm not on our checks, and she said, you have to be a signer at the bank on the signer's card in order to have your signature on the check. So, I am requesting with the board with a motion to have clerk and deputy clerk added as a signer for those accounts, so that we're not in violation of Chelsea State Bank policy.
So this would be just general fund and all other checking accounts? Or all other accounts, or what would you say? What is it?
So regularly, I only sign things out of the general account. There's also the second account for that credit card.
So this general fund is the general fund checking
It's
account?
a general fund checking account, yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to add clerk and Quaski, that's your name, and deputy clerk Cheryl Quinn and the authorized signers with no other powers to the Lima Township Chelsea State Bank general fund checking account and any other checking accounts the township has.
I'm not saying at least non-tax because
No, not taxes.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I say it has to be
And
non-tax.
not including any tax account. Acceptable?
Okay, do I get a second on that? Going.
I'll second it.
Okay, second, we got it. Okay, moved and second, any discussion? Seeing none, take, no, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Seeing none, moving on.
I know that's a pain because I was
It is.
pocket treasurer for a long time and we had about 3 different signers and every time it was
Mhm.
unbelievable. We'll have to go down there and have somebody go change it. And had to have a motion because they wouldn't do it without an
Without the
approved
motion.
motion.
Okay, this
Yep.
this is about a petty cut cash, office cash drawer. It was brought forth by the office manager, Vicki Parrish. What it is we have people that come in and pay cash and we don't have cash drawer. There used to be one, I guess, evidently quite a long time ago, but I think we need to put one back in
Yeah, haven't been stocked in a long time.
I'll make the motion to keep the petty cash envelopes maintained with a minimum of $4 $5, $4 $10, and two $20 bills, and for the treasurer to restock it as necessary.
I have to have a check to restock it.
Is that how it works?
Yes.
Thanks.
So,
It's very specific. Could we just say $100 or $200, you know, seems pretty specific, $4 or $5 bill.
well, I mean, you can put an amount too. I mean, okay, so if it's not for the treasurer to restock it, then it would be or provide a check to restock if necessary. Is that the right way?
Okay,
It's not aware of that.
okay, there's a
So
motion.
are we gonna amend the motion then?
I will ask if we can have an amendment to the motion.
So to amend the motion,
For the clerk to provide a check to restock if necessary.
okay, for the clerk to provide a check to restock it when needed.
I will support.
Okay, it's a move. Second, any discussion?
Yeah, whenever there's money taken out, we need to have receipts or something in there to show where it went.
Yeah.
A log,
Yeah, I
Type
believe
thing.
there are receipts in there.
Receipt.
I would suggest actually. How they do theirs. 'Cause I know, wasn't there in the past reason we got rid of it? There was some audit things about it
No.
in the past.
I mean, I can ask the auditor, they'll tell me, yeah.
Not-
Mhm.
You know, I like the idea of it, you know. So,
I think it's just a matter of keeping track.
right,
Yeah, that's just thing,
Right.
a receipt, get receipts for it.
receipts, yeah.
Okay, any more discussion? Seeing none, move on to a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Seeing none, motion carried. Okay. Outdoor warning sirens, I've talked to a couple different, companies, talked to people in Ann Arbor, they were gonna get rid of theirs right before the tornado hit, and now they got more than they ever did. But, they run right around, you're looking at right around $50,000. And there's,
Per siren,
what's that?
per siren.
Well, this is the kind that's, you can get cheap ones. $10,000-15,000 siren. But the ones that have the four things coming out, and for here, and we were thinking putting it on the fire station. Because it's gonna need Wi-Fi and electric. And so they got backup electricity there and then putting it on the fire station.
But how many would we need to cover? I mean, because this map actually shows like an extra, it looks like they have 12, so I might have. So I don't know what the distance of those are. I mean, if this is right in the center of town.
Well, that's just it. That's what I'm looking into, what it.
Coverage would
Right.
Because it's looking at these maps, it leaves us wide open.
We don't really care about those people who live south of 94, do we?
I can't say.
So
But really,
for now, it's on the move. As far as moving in on it, I just wanna, a vote to have the board and keep moving on forward, not purchasing it, just getting everything together.
Okay, I'll make a motion to authorize the supervisor to investigate cost and location of warning sirens and make a recommendation back to the board.
Do I get a second?
I'll support.
All opposed? Seeing none, moving on. I was expecting Ken Freeland here tonight because he wanted to talk about this. Evidently, he's out in the field. But they stopped in. I left. That's what that catalog is there.
From Bybar?
Yeah. And they came out and I can't remember his name, the engineer, but he's a property owner here, right here in Lima Township. And I think it's something to look into. I mean, hear them out and see what they come up with.
Well, I don't know if we jump right into that.
No, but hear them out because they're people, they're the ones doing internal work right now. And I figured right now,
We might need to be a little bit more of a meeting of the minds before we jump into that.
oh yeah, but I'm just saying, when the residents come, you gotta listen.
Oh, I have no problem with that. Just, it's not like say, okay, these are our guys, let's go do it this way.
So,
When we looked at this before, we did this, we actually got requests for proposals from designers and
Yeah.
we were getting ready for engineers rather than just, Ken's talked to me about this guy and somebody he knows and they're certainly qualified to do something, but how we want to do our delivery system might not be their way. That's a design build.
what's that?
Well, it might be that we want to hire our own, which we did before, hire our own architect and engineer to be not design build, and then we were going out for competitive bids, whether it be here or on the new site.
Mhm.
That's what I mean by delivery system, how we, who works for who.
Are you completely opposed? I mean, I know we're not there yet, but are you completely opposed to a design build? Because, I mean, my understanding is that it keeps the cost down, going with somebody who had all of that.
I would disagree with that, but that the design builders will tell you that.
Well, I mean, I looked through what it is.
I understand, yeah.
And, I mean, those.
And
costs
so there's
are
that,
more
but
than
it's
we're
also,
thinking.
it depends on whether you want your designers and site people to answer to us or through them.
You put somebody in there. But I'll take a motion right now to table it until I'll get further information through those guys also.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I don't want any more information at all. I would make a motion to table anything until we have a.
I don't think really you need a motion, right, on this?
No.
Yeah, I just say
it is a discussion.
it's just a discussion item on the minute, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But
But it's good to open it up again.
Yeah, are we starting discussion again?
I think that'd be great.
Okay.
Where do we start?
All right, so it's going to be tabled at this point in time. We're going to go on to any closing public comments. Any closing public? Yes, sir.
I wanted to mention that our attorneys notified us that they received a full response to the FOIA request that we made. So we appreciate that. Thank you. The FOIA request was concerning joint harms of the county. And then I wanted to just comment about, you're going to have this meeting on the 14th, so I'm really happy to hear that. Still disappointed that it took 5 months to get there, but glad it's going to happen. And ask two things. One, all of you on the board, as well as Township Attorney Fred Lucas, received a letter from CMP Law stating our position for Thorn Farms West. Please take those points into consideration as you go through these.
We have not received this yet, right?
No,
You're talking about the one back from February, right?
Oh, that one, okay.
We haven't.
I thought you were talking about another one.
No, it's not new, but
Okay.
time has gone by, it's probably not in the formal
Yeah.
in your mind, so I ask that you take that into
Yep.
consideration. Fred has it, and all of you have copies of it, and it outlines our position. And my second question is, as you go through these discussions, and consider making changes to this document, which would have to be then filed in court. Can you allow either Alan, our lead attorney, or myself, as a member of the board of Thornton Farms or Thornton Farms West, to have any review of it or comment on it before you decide, take it to the clerk and have it, or to the judge, I guess you have to take it to court to file a change. I think that would be beneficial. It could avoid later litigations.
We can't answer that, but I mean, we have, I think we have to. We would have to. I mean, it's a consent agreement. And who, I guess our attorney will tell us who we're consenting with now,
Yeah,
because it's not the developer any longer.
Correct.
So,
So all of those things now belong to Thornton Farms.
right. So it may be that the Thornton Farms boards are now the old medallion. What do you think? And that, what do you think about that? Somebody is on the other side of the consent, right?
Medallion and Pulte are gone.
Right, that's what I mean. It's,
Somebody is doing the responsibility.
yeah, I mean, it just seems to me that if we're gonna consent, that these two people have to consent.
Well, that's,
now,
I'm glad you're making that point.
So it seems.
get it figured out, and then we'll be in.
Yeah. Certainly.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that you are going to have a confidential meeting.
Yeah.
Arrive at some direction that you would like to make changes and within a complaint judgment. And I wanted to make sure that we get a chance to be able to review it and perhaps meet with you and have some discussion before we take it to court.
As soon as our attorney says we can, right?
Yeah. Well, Alan and Fred know each other quite well.
Yeah.
I know, they all do, and it's like always a mystery when you can talk and when you can't.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
For those of us who live on this side of the township, we align more with Dexter Schools. Is there a reason that the township just supports the Chelsea Senior Center and not also the Dexter Senior Center? Have you ever asked? Because the Dexter Senior Center has really now become alive with the new building. They've doubled their membership, and I know that lots of neighbors along my road are now members of the Dexter.
What's a reason?
Should I? She was before my time, so I don't know, but.
There's a few, in public comment, we're not allowed to make comment.
Oh, I know.
But I'm gonna,
If we could get a letter
send it.
from them.
Okay, because
And how many Lima Township residents are
they
participating?
have that information.
Because see, we're running across the same thing with DAFA, Dexter Area Fire Authority, and CAFA,
Mhm.
because we are
Yeah,
on the boundaries of Dexter, and so that's something that's been brought up quite a bit.
I'm a member there and I'm also an instructor there, so I'll share with Anna, who's the director. And ask her.
Find out how many members maybe come from our township.
Okay. Yeah, that would be easy to find out because they get the addresses and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, that place has just boomed like crazy. They started with when they opened this building, they had about 400 members, and now they're approaching 1,500.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So
We can't afford
That's why they needed all that electricity.
That's where it's going.
That's what it's going. No.
It's to run those detour signs around the new little roundabout. Well, thank you.
Thanks for letting me ask. I appreciate it.
Any more public comment? Any more public comment? Yes, Jen.
I just wanted to briefly just invite, when you're talking about the sirens, which I think is an excellent idea, it seems like overdue, even though, my Thornton Farms got them. that the fire station, are you talking about fire station 2? Because that is.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, so that still seems to be on this, I don't know if that's the most central, but it might
Well,
be.
it's right at center, it's the center.
I'm just thinking like, it might be worthwhile to see like how, like, where does the where does the Fulton Farms one end, get input from, the specialists.
There's all kinds of things I wanna look into, like height,
Yeah, I don't think one will cover the whole township.
Oh, no, definitely.
I mean, if you
We
put
looked
it
at
on,
it some years ago.
if you put it on 110-foot silo, put 4 cones, that should blare out there quite a bit. But if you're like here, and you're kind of like in a low spot, you would have to put one.
I don't know,
cone
we could hear one, Dale, right? I mean, I don't know which one it is, but I hear one. Don't
Yep.
you? Do you hear one when it goes off?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where do you live? Like Dexter and Trinkley, all of us, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying, I'm
Dexter,
that far, and I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know which one I'm hearing, but
Something from
North
Dexter.
Dexter.
I guess.
I hear them once in a while in Chelsea when it's really clear out,
Yeah, Claire and.
Yeah.
Right.
when they test them.
Yeah,
Well, it's noon on Saturdays.
first Saturday of the month, right?
I can hear it.
Yeah, we're covered. I think.
You're on the right track, Bill. I mean, you get the information from the providers, if it's a sector, is it the 4 horns,
Yeah.
what's the coverage area?
Yeah, they'll know.
Figure out,
They
yeah.
can, I mean, there's gonna be some giant amount that they want and what might be practical.
We'll just get some guy on a horse. Fuel, gas costs too much. Okay, any more public comments? Kevin, you don't have anything? Are you sure? Okay, you blew it. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
So moved and seconded. Any discussion? None? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Oh, seeing none. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Good job, Bill. There's a lot of things there. I can't take you in a bad finger here. You don't want to know. It's been, well, it is.
Yeah.
It still is. Anyway.
That's awesome. I had somebody. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Just so hopefully we'll.
Back on, but I don't know.
Be able to.
Right, I don't know what it is, now I'm hitting.
Some movement, yeah.